Fair enough. Fair
Lots
enough.
of
So
good
I gotta
content.
ask. I gotta ask you a question. Where's the doll? The doll's not hanging behind you.
Oh yeah. The
Spunky.
picture, isn't that the one Tyler found? Isn't that the guy with the
Yes.
doll? Okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The
Fedora.
my doppelganger or whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So-
Mock Moda says, cool, a Woodscopes parody show. Don't forget Mock Moda. If we were doing
Come
a
on, Frank.
Woodscopes parody show, there would be no show on because he never broadcasts anymore.
If this was a Woodscopes parody show, Frank, we wouldn't have read that comment. So come on.
Totally inappropriate.
Here we are. It is the water hole with Rob Headstrom Bacon and Horse.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Ryan, thanks for letting me fill in. And yeah, it's good to be here.
Hey Ryan, you know where you show up in my DMs? Used to be in the top 3 or 4 because we would collaborate. At number 22, let me tell you who was above you. Margot, Bernard, Jana, Jeff in Southfield, Mark in Boston, Wells in the 360. He was gone for 13 days. Salty Sarah T, Brad in Corona, Marie in Denver, Mike in Indy, Amber in Portland, Liz, Government of Jefferson, which is Jane Humble, Curtis Merrill, Wellwood, Golden Egg Warrior, Tiffany Blossom, Woodscopes, we have a channel for that, so Bacon and Wellwood next talk. And 512 Lumber and Petra Bacon is, he was at the top of the list.
Check out Horse name dropping.
Okay. Oh yeah, there's a boob and a nipple. Yeah.
Yeah, and what the guys all want to know that are listening, was she hot? Can you tape?
Here's your some asshole with a goatee. Of course, you're gonna see it with the audience. Contents: one fucking shit fuck with a goatee. Seriously, just shave the shit off. It's the water hole, and that's not Rhino.
No, it's not Rhino.
That's Frank and Boise, right? And then, Frank instead of Rhino. So, yeah, you've been demoted, Ryan. He's like trading us up.
You know what? He was actually on the Outlaws and Potato. He was Rhino, the sports guy segment on my show. Like he did it twice and then fucking blew me off. He goes, you know what? There's better out there. He's doing the same thing to everybody.
He uses us up, gets to where he
Stepping
wants to
stone.
go next, and then he tosses us aside like a used condom. So, the elephant in the room. No, not you. Not you. No.
Spunky.
Ryan is not here, and I announced it about 3 hours ago. Ryan, he's got his life and privacy and everything else, but he is a co-host of The Water Hole with me. So I got last minute notice. I cannot tell you why he's not here. All I can tell you is yesterday was 4th of July. And next time you see Ryan, he may or may not have all his fingers. So that's all I can say. Look at this. There he is. There's the man. There's the man that invented the 12 by 12 challenge.
Yeah, hold on.
Audience
I'm gonna be the voice of. I'm gonna be the voice of God for this one here.
Oh,
Yes.
good. I'm glad
The
you
voice
did.
of God
I'm excited.
returns.
This. You're gonna catch it on the delay, obviously. This
Yeah.
is a live gooey duck clam. Watch this.
不准笑！哦，吹水了。
So she's gonna dip it in some sauce. It's alive.
辣椒油、
Live. We'll do it
辣椒
live.
面儿
Whatever.
一样都不能少，不拼，老李是不会给我双击的。
There it goes. And she's gonna bite into this thing. That's suggestive. Gotta have the sound break.
起来，给咱家铁子敬个礼，告诉咱家铁子，我要直播了。
The following program is intended for mature
还长出老李
audiences.，
还长出老李。起来，起来，再
Get erect.
给我要个双击，给我要
The
个双
following
击。
program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
我喜欢姐，
That's good. Cut it
他都
out.
过瘾。
The Lorena Bobbitt. Oh.
让你听听朋友，
Ouch.
让你听听朋友。
Oh. I'm sorry. We're live and I got an issue already. Holy shit. I got to turn that camera off. That's the one I use for the commercial. Hey, look everyone, I'm back here in the red. I got to turn that, which camera is that? Camera. I should just do the whole show like that. Instead of having the water hole back there, me in that red screen. Where's that camera?
Oh, yeah?
All right, there it is. Bye-bye. And let me make sure it doesn't show up in the other one. There, good. All right, hey, we got big news tonight. It's the water hole.
Big, huge.
Big, huge news. I didn't know if Ryan would know it, but we
size.
did talk about it in the past, so he guessed it. But I wasn't going to let him in on it. I was going to let him figure it out.
Yeah, and this guy does a red background looking like the devil today saying there's big news.
The devil.
Like, what?
Yeah,
The
you're all
devil?
going to hell.
We have the voice of God. Might as well find out who the devil is.
You know what's funny about the voice of God as we go off on our first tangent of the night? Ooh, 49ers. Football season's getting ready to start. I'm seeing my hat and ADD kicks right in. The voice of God. I made a graphic for the voice of God for Tyler to come on. I've got a graphic that goes on the screen because he said, oh, I'm going to show up. And this was like 3 weeks ago. And so I created this. I might as well show you the graphic now because he's never going to ever show up. I made this freaking graphic so that when he's talking, you know who it is. And the idiot hasn't been on the show since. So he's a big liar and a felon.
And a felon. Tyler, what do you have to say for yourself? If you're watching this now or on the replay,
Yeah,
let us
Tyler.
know, man. Tyler, if that's your real
loves
name.
to bail. He talks about people bailing on him like, I'm going to come up to Wisconsin, and then they change their mind later on. I can't give out that news. But he's like, yeah, you said you were coming and now you changed your mind. Yet, there he is. 3 weeks in a row, I've had this graphic. I've had this sound drop. And flaky-ass Tyler has not been on the show. Voice of God is only a single channel drop, only in the left ear. Good to know, Hedstrom Bacon. So there is the guy that knows more about sound drops than anybody. Maybe not Alvin DeLoro. The reason that is because he told me already. I'm saving it to the wrong thing, like .mus or something, and I got to save it to something else. So the Voice of God single only drop. Big announcement. Sephora is sponsoring the show. I don't know what Sephora is. Do you?
You don't know what Sephora is?
What is that?
Wow. It's a makeup kind of hair, cologne, perfume store. Most wives shop at Sephora.
Do they
Let's
sell
just put it
beard
that way.
oil?
You know what? I bet they do now,
Probably.
but what's it matter? You're stocked for like the next 7 years.
Frank says either they sell Horse's red lipstick or he's commenting that I have red lipstick. I don't think I've drank that much yet. No, I gotta put my lipstick on. Hold on. There. I got a red tongue.
You know, by the end of the show,
Do our
every
mics
single
work? I'm
week.
assuming they do. by the end of
This
the
guy
show,
doesn't even listen to me. All right, by the end of the show, every single week, Frank's right. You look like, your lips look like the scene from Billy Madison, where the guy, the killer, lays down on the couch, puts the red lipstick on, goes,
Wait, Billy
with his lips
Madison?
right together. Billy Madison.
Isn't that the movie with Adam Sandler?
Yeah. Yes. Yes,
There's
Horse.
a killer in that movie?
I award you
Doesn't he-
no point.
Doesn't he go to grade school? There's a killer?
Yes. Well, he's presumably correct. Yes, he's a hitman, and
gotta watch this again.
he lays down on the couch
They
and
sell
puts his
women's beard
lipstick
oil.
on, puts his feet up, and he crosses the names off of his hit list. So
Was he
that is
killing
you.
kids?
What? No, it's like random people. It's Steve Buscemi, so that's what makes it really funny.
That dude
So
plays a serial
the lips
killer in
really
Con Air,
stick out.
too. What if he's really a serial killer, acting as an actor playing a serial killer that's really a serial killer?
Hey,
I
it's
can't say it.
possible, man. He could also play a Boston Terrier too. He's got some eyeballs.
Boston Terrier.
Those are
Wow.
Yeah, he's got some eyeballs that pop out. I mean,
all right,
some
let's
Rashay
big
Caldwell.
announcement. Ryan is going to change his production company name to something less suggestive. What's your production company name?
I don't have a production company.
Didn't we
You talking
give you
about
one? No, we gave you one for the intro credits. It's Ryan Sack Productions.
Ryan Sack Productions?
So Ryan's
there's
Sack.
a pun. Yeah.
Productions. Good catch. Rhino Sack. Yeah. Okay, it's right there. Rhino Sack.
NSF.
I needed to give him a company because,
NSFW.
believe it or not, Hudnall Media Inc. is an actual corporation, which is hilarious. I don't make any money yet.
You got a brother you didn't know about?
No, I made it. It's my company. You look it up on the internet. It's been around for anyway, long story. Voice of God is the only single okay, I got to fix that. So Wave File, and I've got to change it to something else. You know what makes me mad? Tiffany actually told me about it before Bacon just told me about it. Some of my drops are single channel where they only come out one, and I've got to figure out which ones they are and go in and change them all. What a pain in the ass that's going to be.
That's a pain in the butt. See, you need
If
an
only-
assistant for something like that.
If only I knew somebody that was really good with sound files to do it for me.
Yeah, probably quicker than you too. And
Oh, way
he's always
quicker.
doing it.
Way
yeah.
quicker.
Good cook too. He has to be a good cook.
Good cook, yes. Hey, Red, let's see. And you missed this. You were talking when he said, where was the, they only sell women's beard oil. That was funny. Hedstrom said that.
Well
Imagine if
done.
Steve Buscemi and Jewel procreated the orthodontic bills. Yeah. The chiclets. Horse needs to wear headphones. Why are we getting, the audio critic is in the audience. Are we getting reverb? I hate wearing headphones. I've set this whole thing up so I don't have to wear headphones.
What you got against headphones?
Dude, they hurt my ears. You know what? It probably wouldn't be bad for this show, but when I was doing DJ show and it was 5 hours long, they fucking hurt.
That'll do it
I
to
said
you.
the first
The
F-bomb.
following program is intended for mature audiences.
All right, so big news. Let's just jump into it. Let's not tease it any longer.
Big.
Big news, big announcement. We are doing a second water hole every week starting next Thursday. It is going to be Thursday. It's going to be an hour earlier than this show. So this show is going to stay where it's at, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. But the Thursday show is going to be at 5 p.m. Pacific, 1 hour early. There's a couple reasons for that. First of all, once a month, when the moon is full and it's a high tide and there's the Perseid meteor shower and the lunar eclipse is happening, the Stucknut Show does a show.
Oh, yeah. Those guys.
Yes. And their show starts at 6:30. So I didn't want to have it at 6 and then once a month, move it earlier, whatever. And then the other thing is, we have people like Margot so far. She's East Coaster, and they typically don't watch the show if it starts too late. So 5 o'clock is 8 o'clock their time. So I figured let's move a show up early and let's try to help out the East Coast find us. So Margot asked me today, are you doing a show today? And I said yes. I don't see Margot in the audience, but she does show up from time to time. And so 5 o'clock Thursdays, new show starting next Thursday. We're going to actually start putting some more production value into this. So
yes, we are. It's going to be fun. And we were going to take the Friday 7 o'clock time spot. I don't think there's anybody that runs a show that time.
No, Fridays is wide open. Woodscopes is the only show that shows up on Friday.
That's
but
right.
No one else. I know of. If there's another show, its ratings are so minuscule and tiny that I don't even know about it because there's no word of mouth. So I don't know. So Fridays are wide open for anything. And, I mean, if someone was to do a show on Twitter Spaces, I wouldn't know about that because who uses Twitter Spaces? Nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody uses Twitter. Ugly people because they're scared they'd be on camera.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Anybody can participate in a space. I mean, you could have some real weirdos that say weird, creepy things that get everyone out of the audience.
I hear they have like guests from Australia that are all weird and psycho, and that's crazy. If there was a show like that, if there was, so, and then I'm bag on Stucknut for starting at a weird time, 6:30 on some last Thursday of the month, unless it's leap year. But this dude likes to start at like 8:19.
I know.
Or like 9:07.
And if you're gonna do a show and it's gonna be spaces or like this, start on time, even if it's a random time.
Yeah, don't say 8:19 and start at 8:23.
It's really confusing.
You're really specific. 8:19. And at 8:19, there's no show. And at 8:20, there's no show. And 8:21, there's not a show. 8:22. And then 8:23 comes along and there's a show.
But then you show up at 8:24, you show back up, and the original show space is closed. It's gone.
And then it starts up 3 minutes later.
Oh, my God. So anyways,
it's almost like someone has a show and they are trying to not have an audience. Like, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure nobody can find it.
And they run them off, too, with these, like, weird guitar sounds and just... they've got stupid sports updates. Some guy doesn't know anything about
Didn't he only do that he had that guy for 2 weeks before he fired him?
Yeah, that guy said, fuck you, and moved on to bigger things.
He's got some guy named Jim in Indiana now.
Oh, yeah,
who sponsors the Jim in Indiana cam, by the way. Yeah, same guy.
Maybe that show could sponsor this show.
There you go.
If we, were to coordinate and find out where that show is at.
Wow, this bit went really long, kind of like that show.
It did.
Long and boring. Oh shit, he's here. God. Oh, I wouldn't be talking about him if I knew he's listening. Shit, if that show existed.
Oh, boy.
I thought you were going to announce free anal bleaching to the first 3 viewers who share the show link. Hey, if I can get 3 more viewers, bleach away, baby. All right. I've got a couple of more things. We got weird news stories. Let's tease them. I just saw the first 5 and I'm like, these are actually good. And they're probably not. I'm just in a weird mood. Like normal. UFOs spotted miles from major U.S. city. I thought, okay, everyone sees those, so big deal. By the way, this is from England, so major U.S. city. They're like, across the pond, there was a UFO.
Everybody has their...
They were spotted near a major U.S. city in a swamp home to a shape-shifting creature. I didn't know about this. Let's read about it. Little Bo Peep's sinister meaning surprises parents who read lyrics. I love these nursery rhymes that I grew up reciting, when you're like 4 years old, 3 years old, and you're like, little, what is that Posey, Ring Around the Rosie or whatever, and it's about like some
around
like
the
plague pandemic or some shit. They're all like got these despicable meanings. How about this one? My daughter wants her dad to walk her down the aisle, but then leave straight after. I have not read these, but that's kind of interesting. Dad,
okay.
Will you walk me down the aisle for my wedding? But as soon as we get up to the front, you've got to leave the building. What?
Go.
So I'm wondering, I love this one too. I always cheat on holiday. Of course, they call holiday vacation there.
Right.
So I always cheat on vacation. The rules are different abroad, so it doesn't count. So this person, I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, but apparently when they go on vacation, they can cheat because apparently some like anti-relationship voodoo takes place. So this person, anyway, male or female, they must take a lot of vacation because they get a lot of
takes
vacation.
a lot of vacations. They get a lot of vacations.
Mom calls police after catching sister breastfeeding her baby without permission.
Hold on. Can you read that one more time? I want to make sure that
calls police after catching sister breastfeed her baby without permission. So her sister was watching the kid and decided to breastfeed the kid, which I've seen Salma Hayek do this but you get permission first. You don't just like, hey, I'll watch your kid while you go to the bathroom and then go, here you go, baby. Ooh. You know, if you get permission, yes, it's like feeding a kid lunch. I get it.
No.
I have no problem with it. People, dude, back in the day, you're such a prude, dude. Back in the day, they used to have nursemaids. And this was before formula was invented. And, you know, the rich people would have a nursemaid. And be like,
dude, hit food. Hit that thing with a pump. Put it in a bottle. Whatever.
Well, the sisters should have gotten permission. Let's just say that. Anyway, it sounds like we've got a lot of opinions on that story. My neighbor's affair is disrupting my sleep, so I took revenge and ended their fling. I don't know if I'm going to read that one, but that's an interesting headline.
Hater.
So the neighbor's having an affair and keeping this person up, so I'm guessing, my guess is, without reading, that they probably called the spouse of the affair person and said, hey, they're having an affair just to, so they could sleep at night.
Sounds
anyway,
like
that'll be
double
last
bad
if I get
karma.
to it. When we have 2 shows a week, if I miss a show or 2, I can just catch up the next day. We're also going to practice the dump button. No, not that dump. I made this like over a month ago, and it's for people like James that come in here, and you never know if they're going to say the wrong thing. I don't mind the F word, the S word, but there are things that can get me in trouble at work. I mean, the standard, you can't say that. And even if it's not as bad as that and you get close to that, it's just shit that I don't want to deal with having anyone listen to the show. So I have a dump button. It is right here, right there under that. I am going to try it towards the end of the show and see what happens when I hit it. And then how fast I can get the show back up and what it looks like on the replay, because I'm kind of curious.
So we're going to have a water hole fire drill, basically.
Yes.
What we're doing.
Yes. And then,
Perfect.
just a personal note before I delve into the stories. So I took the second week of September off because the first week's Labor Day. I can't have that. So I need to find some vacation. I got vacation. I got to burn some days. And there's a lot of weeks that I can't take time. So I'm like, hey, second week of September's football starts.
Yep.
NFL season. You got Thursday night kickoff, which I'm working that Thursday and Friday. But Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I'm taking that next week off. Football. So I'm like, oh, freaking. So I put that in. And apparently,
Sweet.
2 months ago, I told my wife, who said, hey, my friend's in town. He's newly married. I haven't met his wife. You want to get together? And I said, yes. It's the first Sunday of football. At 1 o'clock. We're supposed to go. I'm like, wait, hold on. Did I know? She goes, you knew that was the first weekend of football and you said it would be fine. I'm like, was I? I mean, I know I wasn't drinking, but I asked her if I was drinking because I haven't had a drink like in a year and a half. I'm like, was I drunk? She's like, you don't drink. Did I have some bad news just delivered to me? I mean, like, why would I say I'm going out to lunch when it's the first day of football and I've literally taken a week off? So
was it just one of those nights where everything broke the right way? You had a great dinner.
Is my wife
got a
lying?
Tail.
She does not lie. She does not lie. In fact, if she catches a liar, very, very angry. I've never caught her in a lie in 10 years.
Wow.
But this might be one. She might be lying to me. I can't believe I said that. No, I could say I would forget that was the opening day of football. But she said, no, I said it was fine. I'm like, what? So either I'm getting early onset Alzheimer's
Could be.
or she's lying to me. Just like that cheater that goes on holiday.
The cheater that goes on holiday. Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal if you miss the first week. You're a Niners fan. Dude, you're not going to be the only Niners fan to miss the game. They don't usually tune in until the playoffs, so
Yeah,
you're
right.
good. You're
Right. It's okay to miss like a week 5 game. But when you haven't had football since February
Yeah.
and you're starving and you're literally watching practices, practice. We're talking about practice. man.
Practice.
And you're just so desperate for some actual football that has like means something. I can't imagine I would have said that. I don't even know if the Niners play in the afternoon. 1 o'clock is when, you're West Coast. That's when our second set of games starts at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm literally going to be an hour south of here at some restaurant meeting some friend I've never met of hers and his wife instead of watching football.
You can do. They're not mutually exclusive. You can do the two at the same time. It's not like you're going to a park and having a picnic. Come on. You're in a restaurant. Sit in the bar.
The little earbud in my ear.
You don't need.
All
the
right.
sound.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, anyways,
She went over and offered to fix it for her so she could sleep. She accepted the problem. Talking about the affair neighbor, where she got the affair to stop somehow. You got any news before we delve into the first story? The UFO and the shape-shifting creature?
Yeah, we'll get to it after your first story, but the best
bacon drop.
job resignation I've ever seen. Best I've ever seen.
The
But
best
hit
job
the first story.
resignation?
Best job resignation I've ever seen.
Interesting. All right. Is that it?
Stay tuned to find
Stay
out.
tuned.
Yes.
Best job. I mean, I can imagine. I mean, my brain goes right to jumping on the boss's desk and dropping a deuce right on it and saying, "I'm out of here, fucker." Hey, boss. Remember when you didn't give me that raise? Check this out. I'm out of here. Woo! And then you go over to his house and sleep with his wife. That would be the best. Ryan's speechless.
Why does your mind go straight to like, oh, I'm gonna get my boss. I'm gonna drop a deuce on his.
Because most people hate their boss. I actually have a decent boss, which is why I work there for literally peanuts. They don't pay me a check. They just throw peanuts at me. Say, here's your compensation. But at least we're nice to you. Yeah. Why does it go there? Because that's most people's dream when you read these things like, what would you do if you won the lottery? Hell, a silly blonde girl posted a chart of positions that you're sitting in your desk when you win the Mega Millions.
Yeah.
Of which position would you be sitting in when they came in and you gave your resignation? There's guys like sitting this, and they're like this, and they're, with the middle finger.
Yeah.
And, of course, she picked one of them. I think she picked the one where they're like sitting on their head, like upside down with their feet over the back of the chair. So people have fantasized about that forever. So dropping a deuce on the boss's desk. I mean, come on.
To each their own. That wouldn't be my route. I would think of something a little bit less exposing. But anyways.
Bacon, all right, they throw penis at you what? I don't know what I said. I don't know what I said. Throw penis
I blacked out.
That's when you're behind on the chat. He's probably responding to something else. Anyway, throw penis at you. Hey, boss, here's my penis. I'm out. Okay, UFO spotted miles from major U.S. city in swamp home to shape-shifting creature. The flying orbs, there's the flying orbs again. I've seen many of these UFO sightings as flying orbs. I'm telling you, people, they're drones. They're drones at night with lights on them.
You're certain.
I am, because they fly in come on. If this was from the 70s, I'd be like, okay, no one's got technology like that. Now they do. Haven't you seen the Olympic opening ceremonies with drones and they're making pictures in the sky? Come on. Anyway, flying orbs were reportedly spotted around 50 miles south of, which city is it? Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston,
in an area known as Bridgewater Triangle, famed for its supernatural incidents. I've heard of the Bermuda Triangle, but not the Bridgewater Triangle. UFOs have reportedly, speaking of, here's my ADD kicking out. You say your employer doesn't pay much, they throw peanuts at you. And he thought I said they throw penis at me. Yes.
Oh.
I have a dirty mind, Ryan. Look at this guy.
You went straight.
Look at this guy.
What's up, pig? Coach.
I wish I had a guy to drop sound drops because I don't do it enough. Hey, here's one for the left ear only. So, I'm so ADD. I forgot what my ADD was going to be. Boston. So my parents used to do cruise life like now I do. See, it's genetic. They used to go on the cruises. They'd send me down to the Ant, and then they would go on a cruise. And I remember the one time I heard them talking, and it's like, that's in the Bermuda Triangle. And I knew what that was as a kid, like 7 years old. And I freaked out until they got home because I thought for sure that the ship was going to disappear and I was going to be an orphan. And so, I was terrified for about a week until they got home and they were okay. But I thought that shit was real at 7. And then they had the show called In Search Of. This predates you because you're a kid. And it was Leonard Nimoy, and they would do shows on like Bigfoot and spontaneous human combustion, all these things, voodoo and witchcraft. And they did a story on the Bermuda Triangle. And of course I saw that, and then they were going to go, and I'm like, Spock from Star Trek says you're going to disappear.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have parents. And, 2 years later, I was probably like mad at them, and I'm like, damn, I wish they did disappear. Pissing me off.
Yeah. It kind of sounds like sightings before sightings. So
yes.
I remember growing up watching that one. Loved it.
Yes.
Loved it.
What's cool is you go look at In Search Of, and Bermuda is a great island, pink sand beaches, says Heads from Bacon. What's interesting about Bermuda is it's so far north from where I thought it was. I thought it was down by the Caribbean. It's not. It's like parallel, maybe a little south of New York, maybe Washington, D.C. It's like out there, like where there's nothing. So, but that In Search Of, they did a show on the upcoming an upcoming ice age. They did a whole show on it because in the 70s we had a brief cooling of temperatures, and they thought, oh shit, this could be the precursor to an ice age, and now we're in global warming.
Warming.
That was a fear in the mid 70s that we were entering an ice age. The flying orbs are apparently seen Boston, Massachusetts, the Bridgewater Triangle. I want to hear about this creature though. A mythical shape-shifting creature has long gripped the imaginations of townfolk with Pukwudgie. Pukwudgie, that's the name of it. Oh, it's a Native American name. Pukwudgie ingrained in Native American folklore. Pukwudgies were described as small people, according to Matt Moniz, an analytical chemist. Analytical chemist. That's
analytical chemist.
Sounds made up.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. As part of an investigative report from Paul Bevan and Andrew Bustamante on their History Channel series, Beyond Skywalker Ranch, Montz explained the Pukwudgie was supposedly witnessed many times by Algonquin peoples. I'm sure that's a tribe. We have tribe names all over Oregon, and I always mispronounce them. In the swampy wilderness within the triangle. He said, it is a thing that will lure you into the woods with balls of light. Balls of light, orbs.
Balls
so
of
that's
light,
the tie-in.
orbs.
It will lure you into the woods with balls of light. Or it'll call you, follow me, follow my light, follow my voice. Moniz also described them as a type of soul stealer. They are also known to be shapeshifters. So there you go. Boston, Massachusetts in the whatever triangle.
Okay, so
there's some people that want to
Pud-
steal your balls of light.
So Pugwudgie translates to person of wilderness. They were said to be small creatures ranging from knee height to about 3 feet tall, with human-like features, yet sporting larger ears, noses, and fingers. That's weird, right?
That's creepy.
Ears, noses, and fingers. Oh my!
And they're gonna lure you into the woods and take your balls.
Their skin has been described as gray and smooth.
Gray and smooth. Hairless.
Interesting. And they often have been compared to trolls and goblins. Trolls and goblins. They kind of sound like the dudes that work at Willy Wonka, right?
Yeah,
Except
Oompa Loompas. You know what's
Oompa
weird, though?
Loompas.
Boston, Massachusetts, and then they had the Salem witch trials, and they thought they were witches. There's some freaky people out there.
There's some
Kooks.
weird people.
Kook!
Kook. Underused word.
Palindrome.
Underused word.
Kook! That is one of my favorite words before he even mentioned it was a favorite word. I mean, kook is... I like weirdo as well. Not weird. Weird is... Okay, that's a word, but weird, you put the O on the end. If they're a weirdo, then they're really out there. Weird.
Yeah, absolutely. I am one for schmuck. Schmuck. Why don't we hear schmuck more? I think schmuck is a great, playful kind of way.
Yeah.
Schmuck.
Wait, you can... What? Gee, the chat is out of control right now. It's obviously on the screen. I'm not going to read it all, but what I'm trying to figure out, that non-existent show doesn't censor its guest. What are you talking about? What show? Oh, Stuck Up Radio. I don't know. Who censors guests?
Seriously. We don't. I mean, we just have a dump button. That's
we
not
have the
censored.
take a dump button, but that's mainly for James. The loose
Why don't we just
cannon.
call it the James button?
The James button. Sponsored by James. Golden
Sponsored
Bake
by
Warrior,
James.
right? All right, you want to get to your story, or you want to hear Little Bo Peep's sinister meeting?
Well, mine's not so much a story. It was just something that made me laugh. I mean,
well, tell us how that guy dropped a deuce on his boss's desk.
Yeah, he didn't exactly do that.
My version is probably better.
Your version is not better, especially the only acceptable part of yours is the sex at the end. Dropping the deuce on the desk.
All right,
yeah, everything else, no.
The boss's wife. Yeah. All right. Interesting.
No matter what she looks like.
Yeah.
But no. So this dude decides, look, this is the way I want to do it. His birthday, right? So, do you guys do birthdays at your job?
No.
How's that work? Okay.
If they know about it, the ladies up in the office will get some balloons or whatever. But I try to hide my birthday.
Yeah, birthdays. I mean, sometimes with offices, they're really fun, or you go out to eat some ways. There's some places, and then other times it's just dreadful.
My theory on birthdays is the person that's having the birthday shouldn't get shit. The mom that pushed that person out their vagina and stretched that shit out, they need to get the presents and the cake.
No,
you didn't do shit.
No,
you just freaking took a water slide ride.
No. It is a one-time push present. It is not a revolving push present every single year. Absolutely not. But I will counter.
What did the baby do?
He came into the world, but I do have somewhat of a counter and add-on to that. Why is your birthday not 3 months after you were born?
Why is that? I have no idea what the significance of 3 months after you're born is.
Because you're typically in the womb for 9 months.
Yes.
You're in the world.
That would make
for
it a
3
year.
months. That would make a year. So everybody's technically 9 months older than what they say they are. Think about
I see what you're saying. All right.
Let that set in.
Got it.
Right. So you're like 76 in 9 months.
So we should celebrate when I was 2 cells.
Yeah, why not?
2
dude?
cells. Yeah.
Yeah, 2
I
cells.
remember it well.
2 cells.
2 cells.
Anyways, all right. So
I've never heard that, by the way. That was interesting. That you're counting the time you were actually conceived. Have you ever counted back 9 months? I have, and it was right around my mom's birthday.
No,
Happy
I've
birthday.
never counted back.
You've
My
never
mother's-
counted back?
No.
That's right around my
I've
mom's
not.
birthday.
Oh, well, that's a decent birthday present, right?
Right? There you go.
I mean,
Want to
what do
blow
you
out your
get for you?
candles?
all right. So, anyways, I'm going to read this to you. This is his resignation. I'll just read a couple parts. So, to
This
the
better
management,
be half good, 12wood says. So you better
Did you
change.
just-
If it's not good, you better make it good.
Did you just say 12wood?
Yeah.
12wood knows about this show?
Yeah. He's
He's
posting as the
watching this show.
Woodscopes, but yeah, it's him.
Wow. Thank you, man. Hallelujah.
I know, right? I like how
So
Jim
two-
went off on him today. You better leave my wife and kids alone, 12wood.
Did he go off on him today?
You didn't hear that?
No.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
listen
he sent
today or
a
yesterday.
tweet. Jim didn't read the tweet. He just said, hey, first you wanted my son, then you wanted he's talking about Logan going to college. Don't be
Yeah.
chasing my son to Colorado, and Janet's not doing your show either. Just leave my family alone, 12wood. Just went off on him for no reason. Pretty funny.
That's awesome.
At least he's not blocked
12wood
like
loves
Wells.
it. I was going to say. Exactly.
All right, go
All
ahead.
right.
Make it
So,
good, though, because
today-
we have a celebrity in the audience.
We have a celebrity. So that's an example of a real show, right? On a Friday night.
Yeah.
The Woodscopes.
Yeah, not the Twitter spaces that starts at
Spaces,
8:27 and 37 seconds.
All right. Today is my 31st birthday. And having recently become a father, I realize this is a precious time in life, and I don't want to spend another minute in your presence. Please accept this as my 2-week
Wow.
2-week notice
Wow.
and enjoy eating me.
What?
Regards, employee. He printed that out on the frickin' sheet cake that they were bringing in to
Oh,
the
wow.
office for his birthday.
Got it.
How great is that?
That's
That's great. That is
Yeah.
better than just like getting a card that says, I'm so sorry, like, you know, an I'm sorry card, and then just put 2 weeks name. No, this is gold. So kudos
awesome.
to you, sir. Kudos to you.
12wood, was that an acceptable story? Did that pay off as only you thought it might, or was it bad? Logan Rome live on the Woodscopes right now. Oh shit, let's shut it down and go watch. What's funny is when you said enjoy eating me, before I knew what the punchline was, I'm like, this guy stole my idea of being cremated and dumped onto a huckleberry bush so that next year when the huckleberries are ripe, my family can make a huckleberry
Yeah.
pie out of me. That guy
Yeah.
took my idea, but he's still alive, so it doesn't count.
Super normal idea, by the way.
Yep. It's awesome. Are you kidding? I'm going to be a pie.
You're gonna be a pie.
And
so
they're
you're
going
gonna
to eat
bake
me. My family and
you're-
friends are going to eat me. Are
You're
we
gonna
friends?
bake twice.
Are we
You're gonna
friends?
bake
Because you are
twice.
younger than me. You will
We are
probably outlive
friends.
me.
Yes.
Enjoy a
God.
piece of pie.
Oh no! I'd rather get a tattoo with your
Right.
ashes in me.
Oh, that's gross. What
He's
about,
not from-
remember Keith Richards cut his dad into some coke and snorted it? That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Snorted
Yeah.
dad. Do we really need 2 of these waterhole shows a week? I know, right? You're getting
Yeah.
double this.
Double the trouble.
Double trouble.
That's 12.
Horse meat pie. Yeah, there you go. Horse meat.
Ugh.
What was I
Ugh.
gonna say? Oh man, these thoughts come into my brain and then they leave as quickly as they do. Nursery rhymes often contain hidden meanings much darker than you'd expect to find in children's songs. Humpty Dumpty, for instance, is not an egg. He's not? I thought he was an egg.
Humpty Dumpty. Yeah, okay.
As some people suspect, but do you know the sinister meaning by... Well, what about Humpty Dumpty? You teased it, and you didn't... Oh, that's bullshit. I thought it was an egg.
I thought he was an egg too. I mean, he looks like an egg, right?
I want to know. That's. Oh wait, okay. So there's the link to that. I got to see that in a second. Little Bo Peep, popular with children and parents alike. The lyrics are recognized at most playgrounds. Not everyone is aware of the dark meaning contained within them. However, Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and can't tell where to find them. It starts off innocently enough, right? This better not turn into a Marty or story because I'm gonna vomit. But look closely at the rest of the lyrics, and you might soon think twice about singing the song for your young children. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and can't tell where to find them. Leave them alone. Sheep? It's not like they're gonna do the farmer and the sheep.
Probably
Leave
not.
them alone, and they'll come home, bringing their tails behind them. Little Bo Peep fell fast asleep and dreamt she heard them bleating, with a T, not bleeding, but bleating. But when she awoke, she found it a joke, for they were still all fleeting. Then up she took her little crook, determined for... I've never heard this whole version, just the first verse. Then up she took her little crook, determined for to find them. She found them indeed, but it made her heart bleed, for they'd left their tails behind them. It happens one day, as Bo Peep did stray into a meadow hard by. There she espied their tails side by side, all hung on a tree to dry. That's creepy. She heaved a sigh and wiped her eye, and over the hillocks went rambling, and tried what she could, as a sheep herder should, to tack again each to its lambskin. That doesn't even rhyme.
Somebody make this
someone
up.
cut their tails off and hung them up to dry. So one popular interpretation is that their lyrics refer to smugglers, and the tails represent loot, reacting to news that Little Bo Peep might not be as sweet as many people think. Grizzly, anyway, yeah, okay, that's creepy. I've never heard the entire thing.
I don't think anybody's ever got past that first sentence.
Little Bo Peep lost her sheep. Yeah, I mean, that's it,
that's
right?
it. It's
probably because the rest will scare the shit out of you.
I know, it's stupid. Actually, I have a funny story related to, songs that are common. So we're at my grandma's 98th birthday, right? And I felt like I've heard every version of Happy Birthday that there is. And Liam
Every
goes,
version.
every
Is there
version,
one?
No, like all the add-ons at the end. But anyways, Liam's like, oh, I want to sing to Gigi. So it's his great grandma. We're like, okay, it's out of character. Stands up. Happy birthday to you. And we're like, what is this kid doing? This is beautiful.
Uh-oh.
Next line. No one likes you.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, I've never heard that. And we're trying not to laugh because grandma's sitting there like, but it was clever. It was clever as shit. So credit to him.
All right. Nobody likes you. Grandma, sorry.
Happy birthday.
Is there any more to it, or was that it?
That was pretty much
That was it? That was the
Hey,
payoff, right? You don't have to finish the song once you hit them with that. Boom!
My money shots aren't very good.
So she no longer needed beard oil. Little Bo Peep had a creep shear her sheep bald. God. Oh.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
There we go. What else do I got? I got my daughter wants her dad to walk her down the aisle, but then leaves straight after. A heartbroken mom is wondering if she was too harsh, calling her daughter ridiculous because she wants her dad to walk her down the aisle at her wedding, but then leave immediately afterwards. I don't know. That's pretty ridiculous. Weddings can be, gosh, come on. Heartbroken mother. Just get to the payoff. So the daughter's 25. Of course, they went to Reddit because that's where you go when you've got family crises. Go to Reddit. Her daughter's 25, hadn't even invited any of her siblings either. She told her daughter it was unfair, but is now wondering, why? Wait. I skipped over something. Let me try. They always have this fluff. I just want to get to the why. What did he do? A heartbroken mother. Oh, come on, people. Wedding due to her fiance not liking her family. that's so
controlling.
So her fiance doesn't like her family. So after the dad walks you down the aisle, the family's got to leave. She's not inviting the siblings either. Her sister, brother, whatever. She told her I was unfair, but is now wondering whether she was wrong. What kind of family is this? They're idiots.
She's actually the third wife that's going to this guy. So that's why he doesn't like her family.
Her family. Family.
She's
her
a sister
rule
wife.
Is that she just wants my husband, her father, to walk her down the aisle, and then he leaves. When we asked why, it's because her fiance doesn't like us, and she doesn't want to make him uncomfortable. So make the entire family. Oh gosh, she made it clear she wants us to be there, not her fiance. Wait, she made it clear she wants us to be there, just not he doesn't want him to be there. Unsure.
Okay.
Wow. You know what? Why do people marry these people? Desperate much?
No, it's mind control, dude. It's I've got to have you all to myself, and I don't want anybody else to come in and cause any problems.
That is like battered wife, but it's the emotional one where you don't actually
100%.
physically. That's emotional battered. Yeah, that woman is marrying a control freak.
Yep, absolutely. And talk about you don't want to make the wedding awkward. It's
right?
Awkward if he's walking you down the aisle. It's this beautiful moment, right? And dude just exits stage left right out of the church.
He's like, oh, there's my Uber.
Yeah, and like, if you're a guest or you're like, did the dad just walk out on the daughter? Or what's going on, right?
Or it's like the fiance, she doesn't want the fiance to feel weird, but when you're like at the end of the wedding, oh, where's your family? They weren't invited. He doesn't
Family
like them. That's not
pictures?
awkward. Yeah, my fiance doesn't like him, so we didn't invite him. His
Can
family's here, but your family can't be here?
Right.
Why? Did they do something wrong? No, he just doesn't like him.
Can we please have the bride's family to the altar for pictures?
Yeah.
Bride's family.
Yeah, you've got him with his
Bride's
family, and
family.
then there's the bride with nothing. It's like
and you know the old people that are at the wedding, they're probably like, oh, this is probably some of that YouTube and twatter stuff. This has got to be a joke.
Twatter.
No,
Twatter? Is that why they changed it to X? He's like, twatter. That's horrible.
Twatter.
Hi, Woodscopes. Hi, Bacon. Oh, Woodscopes and Bacon are talking. Bacon, you work on the show. Don't say hi, Woodscopes. Just say, hi, show I work on.
That's a direct order from the EP.
That was horrible.
Got to listen to the EP.
EP, erectile dysfunction. This one I got to get to. God, how much time do I have? By the way, the breaking news, the big news today, since the Woodscopes wasn't here, I'll repeat it. We're doing 2 water holes a week starting next Thursday. We got water hole at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays and a water hole 5 p.m. Pacific time on Thursdays. Oh, and by the way, that does have an asterisk by that news. Basketball season's ready to start, and there's going to be less Rhino and more fill-in hosts because, you know, he prays to the altar of Grant Napier. So, oh shit, Wells is here. I thought we banned him.
Yes,
we banned him from the show, didn't we? How did he find us?
Of course,
Wells,
we didn't
we
ban
banned you from the
him.
show, dude.
We
Once
did
Rome
not.
did, we
don't listen to
we're
Horse.
supporting the Rome boycott.
We absolutely are not. Wells is my homie. He is welcome in the water hole.
Wells is your homie, huh? He just said, "Oh, less Rhino?" ? So there is a silver lining. That's your homie, bro.
That's my homie, dude. He's got my back, dude.
He's got your knife in your back.
Hey, when we hang out, he tells me not to bring any of my friends or
you're
family.
schmoozing.
See, we're cool.
He fired that off before you schmoozed him. Now it says actually more Rhino and less Horse would be better. You're such a kiss ass.
Hey, man. Wells needs a publicist now.
Haunted Horse. Wait, you know something I don't know?
I do, Rome. You blocked Wells from your show.
And actually put a rocket on Wells's back and fucking sent him to the moon.
Yep.
Haunted horse poop.
Barrett Sports Media, Wells, in the comments, did Barrett Sports Media reach out to Wells
That's
in
funny.
the
And
360
get a quote?
for a comment?
That's funny that made a news story on some site I've never heard of.
No, that's actually a legit.
I've heard it is, but I'd
media
never heard of
source,
it
yeah.
until Wells. They did a story on Wells.
Do you
Wells
imagine
is
that
only here
call,
because
though?
he heard there would be Cheez-Its. Yeah, don't let Wells around your kid's food. He'll eat it. True
Hey.
story.
Hey, you know what? Cheez-Its are good food. Those are food for everybody.
I
So
thought
you
they
can
were
have as much as you
goldfish,
want.
but I could be wrong.
Goldfish are good too. But seriously though, how would that phone call go? Yeah, I'm looking for Wells in the 360.
360. The wife's like, there's no one here by that name. No, the guy that's banned on Jim Rome. Oh, my husband here. Click.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Yeah, he was crying all day. Oh, yeah. I know all about it. He was bawling his head off.
Bullshit. Wells, don't listen to him. You're playing this very well. I retweeted one of Wells's tweets earlier. I think it was earlier this week.
We
So
have
he's
a
playing it
pool
well.
of when he's going to get read. I've got 3 months and like 3 weeks and 2 days and 1 hour or something. So the band's got to go 3 months. It's got to go 3 months or I lose my money.
Well, it's going to be interesting because I'm going to call tomorrow or Friday, and Wells is part of my call. So
You'll get blocked. Blocked.
let's see what he
blocked.
does. Yeah,
You're going to get run, dude. Don't bring up that guy's name. He's poison.
He is
Jungle
on
poison.
nope. Wells is literally on my second bullet point for
I'd put it
when
at the end because you won't get to 3 if you mention that guy's name. You
There's
can't
the
see
bullet
it.
points right there.
Riverside of Texas, Wells blind side below his waist. There it is. There is the
There it is.
There is
So
a call. Better
yeah,
get it in
we-
and that he's not there Monday and Tuesday, so you got to get that shit in. It's funny how Wells shows up right when I go to the story. That is suspicious. His wife might want to know. I always cheat on holiday. Of course, the Brits call holiday vacation holiday. I always cheat on holiday. The rules are different abroad, so it doesn't count. So is it a man or a woman?
Woman.
Oh, I would have said man. We're going to find
Woman.
out. Georgie. Is that a woman?
Girl. That's a girl.
Is it is there,
That's gonna
there's
be a
no
girl.
Georgie. If it was George, it would be a man, right? But Georgie is a girl?
Well,
Okay.
Georgie could go both ways. Georgie could go both ways.
Okay. Georgie 34. Well, I'm sure. Oh, you're right. Georgie 34 wouldn't dream of cheating on her partner at home in the UK, but says something happens to her when she's in a different place abroad with friends. I wonder when she's going next. I could probably make it there. She gets loose. Anyway, don't.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Frank and explicit. Isn't he on Twitter Spaces Friday nights at 8:19? Frank and explicit.
8:19, yeah.
Nothing quite beats going on holiday abroad with the sand between your toes. Oh, they're good. They're sand between your toes and something between your
The wang
legs.
between your.
And the sun on your skin. For some people, leaving their ordinary 9-to-5 lives behind, even if it's just for a brief period, gives them a new sense of freedom. And for others, they can take it a step too far. Cheating on vacation has been a known concept for some time, with the common phrase, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, ringing true for many holiday makers in relationships with those in their party sworn to secrecy over their antics. Georgie 34, who wishes not to disclose her surname, for years has cheated on various partners when she jet sets abroad. The woman from Glasgow, did I pronounce that right? Glasgow?
Glasgow.
Hedstrom will probably correct me. Who has even become known for it among her friendship group. So all her friends know she's a little cheater. Argues that the rules are different when it comes to infidelity away from home. These are quotes now. It's just something that happens when I'm abroad. It's not happened on every vacation, but I'd say the majority of them. Georgie told the Mirror. Wow, they didn't get it from Reddit. They actually interviewed her.
A horse. Do you really think that Georgie has a Georgia accent? I don't think so.
Never know. She's from Glasgow. They sound Glasgow accents
Scottish.
and Georgia accents are really similar. And it all started when the Glasgowans came to America.
Oh, did they?
And visited Georgia and said, "This is like Glasgow. We should live here." But only part of the time. It's long enough to get the accent, and then we'll go back home. True story. Her dirty habit first started when she was in her first serious relationship in her mid-20s. I like how she calls it a serious relationship. Not very serious if you're cheating all the time. Quote again, "I was in Greece with my girlfriends, and it was with a guy from our hotel as his friends and mine were hanging out as a big group," she recalled. "We got together a couple of times while we were there. I still think about it now." I don't think about the guy I cheated on. I just think of the guy I cheated with. The unmarried woman has been in her current and happy relationship for the past 5 years and hopes to marry her partner one day. She says she wouldn't dream of cheating on him back home in the UK, but that she becomes a different person abroad when she lets her hair down and her legs up. I don't think I have something. Oh, sorry. I don't think I have something wrong with me or anything like that, Georgie began with her reasoning. I don't think there's some sort of root cause. It's just something that happens when I'm in a different place. There's probably loads of reasons. There's probably loads. That's her quote. There's probably loads of little reasons. It's relieving some of my wilder days on party, vacations, obviously alcohol, and I just feel free when I'm abroad. I suppose I do have a really high sex drive too, and that comes out on vacation. Holiday, I changed that word. Me and my friends are an attractive group too, so we often get attention from other groups of blokes. A few times it's not been sex, just late nights with another man talking, drinking, and kissing. On whether she considers cheating abroad less of a crime, she added, I've always tried not to give it loads of thought. I do think the rules are different because there are no feelings attached to it, and it's a one-off thing. I'm so far away, and there's a very small chance of getting caught, unlike back home. So I don't think it's the same. So if you can get away with it, it's fine, apparently.
So a couple things. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's bullshit. That goes for any type of vacation that you're going with the guys or the gals on, right? Miami, San Diego. Like, why does Vegas make so much money off that? Second thing, Georgie sounds like the hottest girl in a group of ugly chicks.
Your sounds audio like just went weird on it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Georgie sounds like the hottest of the ugly chicks that all travel together. So, just saying. I don't. The guys got to be doing the same thing, right? If they're vacationing separate. I mean,
well, that's the first thought. Is we've had this we've had this conversation where I trust my wife. If she want to go to Vegas with the girls, I don't care, whatever. That's fine. So but you would have to know they're cheating for you to go, it's all right for me to do it. I don't know. It sounds like, I like how she says if she gets married, she's still going to do it. It's like,
they probably got
then
like
don't get married.
Arrangement. Yeah, it's probably open. I mean, some people, they play it different. I mean, is it acceptable for Wells to shack up with a SEAL when he goes on a 2-week trip? Probably not.
Hey, the SEALs don't know how to talk, and the SEALs don't know how to use a phone. There you go. It's not the same with him doing the bad woman voice. That was spot on, Bacon. I sounded just like her. What do you mean bad woman voice? If you're calling her a bad woman for cheating, then I agree. But if you're saying my impression was bad, you're bad. What do you think of that? Wells is still in it. He's laughing. I don't know what he's laughing at. Probably your seal joke. Him having a seal. If he had an affair with Seal, though, that would be interesting. The singer?
That would be very interesting.
Didn't that guy date a model like Heidi Klum or something, or marry a model?
Klum. Yeah, he just wasn't too interesting to her. You know, she got tired of reading his face. You know, so looks like a little braille on his face.
He was in an exploding pineapple factory. It's not his fault.
He was in an exploding pineapple factory. All right,
that quote from Rome makes it to Die Hard Jungle Edition on Christmas Eve.
Nice.
When the building blows up, it's because of the exploding pineapple factory that Edward James Olmos was in. Actually, the actor in Die Hard, you haven't seen Die Hard. Wait till you see Officer Johnson. No, the other one. You'll get that joke when you watch it.
Officer
He's
Johnson.
got the same thing. He's literally Edward James Olmos as a white guy.
Interesting.
He's got the same thing. Did you hear that Wells was having car trouble? He blew a seal.
That's gotta be bacon.
Hey, kids, was that funny? All right. Mom calls police after catching sister breastfeeding her baby without permission. This is controversial. Should we? I mean,
controversial.
We're almost out of show. I don't know. Should we get to this? Anyway, breastfeeding. It all started when 22-year-old mom and her 27-year-old sister had babies 2 weeks apart. Makes sense. I was wondering about that myself. Like, you've gotta be near a birth to be able to do that.
Really, Horse? Did you think like she just put him right on the teat? Like the milk has gone bad. We're not giving him milk. We're giving him tea? Of course. Come on, man.
Well, I don't know what the time frame is. I was thinking, how long ago had she had a kid? You can stretch that out. I mean,
you can keep it going as long as you're pumping away.
9 years old, 12 years old, 16 years old. You can keep going. That shit don't dry up until the kid spits the teat.
Yeah. You can actually sell your breast milk, too. Frank does it.
Oh, jeez. Frank, that was in private. He told you that. We weren't supposed to. Oh, dude. He's going to sue us. We signed a non-disclosure when he told us that. That's why he does it on the Twitter Spaces. We were the only two people in there when he confided.
That's why he does the Twitter Spaces. He doesn't want the little dime wet spots.
Guys, I got to get this off my chest right now. Oh, okay. So she's 27. Her sister's 20, or she's 22. Her sister's 27. They had babies 2 weeks apart, asking her sister to look after her son whilst she had to go into the hospital. She was astonished to find her sister breastfeeding her son and had admitted to throwing out all of her formula milk, branding it garbage. So this tells me that she was thinking in the right place. You know, hey, the formula is not good for your kid. Natural mother's milk's better. But you still ask. The babies who are 3 and 5 weeks old are both being breastfed by my sister, leaving there no other food options but the breast milk. Furious, the mom called the police. Oh, I love this next part. The mom called police on her sister, but now wonders if she was a little harsh. So what'd she do? She ran to Reddit.
Reddit, yeah.
After calling the cops, she ran to Reddit because that's what everyone does. She wrote, I'm 20. Okay, yes. She wrote the same thing I just read. Stupid news. She needs a voice. I needed surgery to get surgery recently. Nah, that sounds too old. I needed to get surgery recently. Is this bad too, Bacon? Critic. And because my son's father isn't around, my sister and brother-in-law offered. Now, baby, I can't do it. Bacon's got me conscious. I can't do the voice.
You're in your own head.
Now I feel like I'm just doing a bad woman impression. offered to babysit my son while I was in the hospital, 3 days total, free of charge. Was it free of charge? Free of charge, but not free of anxiety. When I came home today, I walked into my son on my sister's breast, which I actually didn't have an issue with to begin with. Okay, when did she have an issue with it if she didn't? It was probably easier to breastfeed him than make bottles, but she told me after that she had thrown. So she doesn't have a problem with her breastfeeding her son without permission. Her throwing out the formula is what made her mad.
That shit's expensive. If you can't breastfeed, or you got an issue, or you get sorry. God, my microphone's screwing up. If you get breast implants and you don't have them done right, and you can't produce milk, got to turn to formula.
Wait, let's go to the expert. Frank, is that true?
Yeah.
You can't produce milk if you have breast implants.
When Frank got his implants, they didn't put the implant above the muscle. So
it goes above.
Anyways,
wait, you're not supposed to put it below, or you're supposed to put it above?
It's one or the other. I don't remember. But not that I know or know anybody that has those. But anyways,
when I dated, the women that had them wanted to show you their boobs faster than the women that didn't have them. They like in conversation will go, "Oh, just letting you know, I've had breast augmentation." I'm like, "Oh, hey, yeah, that doesn't bother me." And they're like, "Here, look at it." I'm like, "Oh, wow." I mean, we went real quick there. And if they didn't have fake ones, usually took a couple dates to see them. But if they're fake, they were out in about an hour, 2 hours.
What the hell are you complaining about?
I'm just saying. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying there's a difference. If they're fake, they come out faster.
If they're no.
You know what? I have a theory about this. I have a theory about this. They probably come out faster because when they were self-conscious that they weren't big enough, they probably didn't want to like they were scared if they took their shirt off, guys would be like, "Oh, they're tiny," So now that they're the way they like them, they're making up for all the time they were embarrassed. Like, look at them, squeeze them.
So I have the complete opposite story. I've seen that. I have seen girls that do that. Complete opposite. Would have never known. Would have never known until you copped a feel. Ever, ever, ever. By the clothes they wear, by the way they act. Yeah. Never, ever, ever. So, but here's my bigger thing. Have you ever seen kids that are like 3, 4, 5 years old out in public breastfeeding still? It's the most awkward thing in the world. And it happens. Like at restaurants.
I have not seen that.
Kids running around the patio, ordering a pizza off the kids' menu, and drinking the milk from their mom's teeth.
Yes, I have not seen
it. It happens. Chat, have you seen it?
Have you seen it, chat? 5, 6-year-old kids breastfeeding in public? I've seen the not toddler, what's the infant stage, and I have no issue with it. It's like, it doesn't bother me. But
does it bother you from a husband perspective though? If your wife's boob is like out?
We've never had
public?
Kids, so I can't
but
say.
If you did, here's what I'm asking. If you guys did have kids.
Don't think I would have a problem with it because it doesn't I don't have an issue with it, honestly. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I'm not like, ugh, but then I'm not like uptight about that shit. Like,
well, it's
whatever.
Yeah. I mean, when you have a kid, you're fighting the kid for time with those. So
we have met people.
It is what it is.
I've told you that we've met people that like are into the poly relationships where they've got and it didn't bother me. It wasn't for us. We're like, oh, that's good, and we're like looking at each other like, yeah, that ain't gonna be us. But it wasn't like, damn you, Satan, and like we're trying to get out the door. It's like it doesn't bother me. So anyway, it is what it is. Nobody wants to see your saggy boob. Frank, who's saggy boob? When you get breast implants, Diet Coke comes out instead of milk. I did not know that. Hey, could you fill the fake breasts with whatever you wanted? Like orange Fanta would be awesome.
Why? You would never get a bit of it. It doesn't come out the implant, you knuckleheads.
No, what if they made them with the little spigot? where you
Where
could reload it. We might have $1 million idea, and these guys have just seen it. They're probably going to steal it. What would we call that product? Breast implants where you could fill it with liquid. You know how they have the beer helmets? Where the helmet and the straw. Breast implants with straws that you can fill with whatever you want, like when you go to a sporting event. What would we call those? Milkers? Soda peeps?
Soda peeps? No, it would be nippy. It have to be something with nipple. Has to be something with nipple. Something in front of nipple. So
Nipple. Pipple. I don't know.
Nipple pipple? No, it'd be like
anyway,
nipple.
Except Horsey wants to see it.
Simple nipple.
I don't want to see Frank's
nipple.
saggy boob.
No.
Bacon's wrong. I do not want to see Frank's saggy boob on the record because that's going to show up.
I'm pretty sure it's in our 5-minute opener. He gives full side.
We're way over 5 minutes. We're 16 minutes over.
No, our 5-minute.
We got to get out of here. Let me finish up any of these stories. So that's weird. That was a twist I didn't know about. She dumped 14 cans of formula out without consulting. So that's it. The headline makes it allude to she got pissed without permission. And without permission, I say yes. I would get pissed too. Yep. But it was because she threw out the formula. It's like, if they would have put that in the headline, no one's going to read the story. That's why they did that. Bride wants divorce after just one day because of husband, bizarre stunt at wedding. We're not going to get to this. She felt violated. That's a tease. I got to read it now. The woman explained she had one rule, that she didn't want to be broken on her wedding day. What? Hold on.
Did you just say, hold on. Did you just say broke in?
Yes. Broken.
Broke in.
Broken.
Broke in.
Not broke in. Not like
broken
in.
Yes.
Broken. Like broken. Like.
Yeah. Okay. I got
she
you.
Didn't want to be broken.
I just wanted to clarify.
He broke her. A bride has told her husband she wants a divorce just one day after the pair tied the knot because of a bizarre and disrespectful stunt he pulled at the reception. Getting married is supposed... I hate the fluff at the top. Getting married is supposed to be one of the happiest days of your life.
A lot of people like the fluff.
It's like the professor or the teacher that says, I want an essay and it's got to be 750 words or longer. And so you're like... I went to the store. The store was really good. The store was crowded that day. When I was at the store, there were lots of people and it was crowded and it was really fun. I mean, you're like, and the whole story doesn't even involve a grocery store. It's just fluff. Her big day completely ruined when her new husband pulled a bizarre and disrespectful stunt that left her feeling violated. In fact, the bride was so horrified by her partner's actions that she refused to look past what he'd done and called for a divorce the next day. Any thoughts? This sounds really freaky. This is why you have sex before marriage, because if they're freaky and it's like something you don't want to be a part of, you get that all solved before you tie the knot, and there's contracts involved.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with breast milk from his mom with the wedding cake. That's where I'm going.
A sledgehammer in the pooper on the boss's desk with his wife. No. The woman explained she had one rule, that she didn't want to be broken on her. Nothing's happened. And she's like, okay, we're planning the wedding. We got the honeymoon, the flowers and everything. Oh, last rule. I don't want to be broken.
Last rule. You are not getting what you paid for on your wedding night.
Right? Broken? Who says that on her wedding day? As she told her husband she didn't want him to rub the wedding cake in her face when the time came to cut it. But instead of respecting her wishes, the groom did something even worse as he grabbed her by the head and pushed her face first into the cake. So he grabbed her head and shoved her into the cake. That's breaking her, apparently. Did the cake say, "Hey boss, eat me"? In a message sent to, let's see, Dear Prudence column, the bride said, "I got married just before Christmas and I'm hoping to be divorced or annulled by the end of January. I never cared about getting married, but I wasn't opposed to it. So when my boyfriend proposed in 2020, we decided to go for it. We each took on about half the responsibility for organizing the wedding, but I think I was pretty reasonable about compromise when he wanted something. My only hard and fast rule was that he would not rub cake in my face at the reception. Being a reasonable man who knows me well, he didn't. Instead, he grabbed me by the back of the head and shoved my head down into it. It was planned since the cake was destroyed and he had a bunch of cupcakes as a backup. Horrified and embarrassed by what had happened, the bride told her new husband she was done with him. But she's since been bombarded with calls from family members who think she's wrong for ending the marriage so soon. She added, "I left. The next day I told him we were done. I'm standing by that. The thing is that over the holidays, everyone has gotten together to tell me I should give him a second chance. They say I'm overreacting because you are.
Yeah.
Because of my issues, because I'm very claustrophobic. So am I, lady. Someone shoved my face into a cake. I'm not going to lose my shit."
Yeah, that's crazy.
You locked me in an elevator, though. Then that's divorce worthy. After a car accident years ago, so she's claustrophobic after a car accident years ago, and I absolutely panicked at being shoved into the cake and held there. Well, held there. Now, do you think she was held there, or do you think she's trying, like, everyone's giving her, like, the, "Lady, you are losing your shit for no reason." And she's like, "He held me there. I passed out, lack of oxygen, and I had to go to the hospital. And they had frosting in my butt because it went through my esophagus down into my bowels."
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. But yeah, 100%. Like, she is completely in the wrong here.
If I was him, I would be wanting the divorce because she's a kook.
Yeah, she's a clown. She didn't want to get married to begin with.
Can we
quite
turn
frankly,
the implant boob into one of those freestyle Coke machines? There you go.
There you go. Quite frankly, she's never going to get another date in her life.
Well, she didn't want to get married in the first place. She just wasn't opposed to it, apparently.
Yeah, but I'm saying, who's going to want it? How did your wedding?
If she gets claustrophobic by having her head shoved into a cake, what happens when you shove her head? Never mind.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
All right.
As long as it's consensual, it's okay.
Oh my god!
Apparently, it wasn't consensual.
Hey, baby,
we
got to get out.
All right, Waterhole next week, Wednesday and Thursday. I can't promise Ryan will always be here, but I will. I'm always here. I'm the man with the buttons.
I can promise.
What's up,
I
pig?
will be here next Thursday for the debut of Thursday Waterholes, and
all right,
hell, maybe we'll throw my hip funeral. What do you think?
Hip funeral. Are we gonna have a hip funeral like it's cool, or we're gonna have a hip funeral like your hip is gonna die?
Gotta tune in.
Can I watch the surgery when they cut it off? Like not Caitlyn Jenner cut off, but your hip, the bone, not that bone, the bone.
Sure, I'll ask the doctor.
I have a sound drop for the bone.
Yeah, I'll ask the doctor if you can come down to Sacramento.
Can we televise it? You know, the Woodscopes televised Kyle getting the Jim Rome tattoo. We would totally smash their ratings if we could televise the hip surgery.
Probably.
You're going to call Jim Rome after it's over. When is it? What day is it?
Friday, the 25th. Yeah, I'm going to call. I am going to call after.
Should call.
So, that'll be fun.
I wonder if he's going to, like, not believe you. Like, wait a minute, dude. You had another surgery? Is this a bit? Are you going to, like, have back surgery next and call in? Come on, man. I'm not buying it. You're going to actually...
Who knows?
Don't talk about your doctor either, because he gets mad if you promote your doctor on the show.
Right.
Don't do that.
Right. Don't do that.
Only
Don't do that.
Jerk would do something like that.
Yep. Indeed. So...
All
right, Waterhole starting next week. 2 episodes, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be back.
War Rhino, Unwar Horse. Yeah, 12 wood. 12 wood, well, same thing. Same thing. Both a couple of knuckleheads. All right.
Yeah.
Two episodes next week. And hey, Wells, I was talking about you before the show started. I was saying you are the only one to guest host the Woodscopes.
True story.
True story. 12 would only trust him with the Woodscopes property. All right, we're out of here late.